Greetings, children of the ketchup, and welcome back to this, my YouTube channel. I'm Emily, and today we're going to be making a vegan lentil soup. Well, actually we're going to be making a vegan split pea soup today in particular, but you can absolutely make this with red lentils. I just grabbed the wrong thing at the store, so friends, let's talk lentil soup. Obviously, I'm a fan. I tried this soup when I was really sick in Istanbul. I'd caught something right at the end of my trip, and this soup literally revived me. I was dead, it brought me back, it lifted me from the grave, and so I've obviously been chasing that soup high ever since. I basically made lentil soup every Sunday night for like a year, just trying to get that perfect, silky, delicious, comforting, little bit tangy, like flavorful, perfect lentil soup. Now, this one that I make is not exactly the same. Flavor-wise, it's pretty similar to a traditional Turkish lentil soup, like a mercimek corbasi, with a little bit of flavoring from like an Indian daal in there. And then of course, again, I'm doing it with split peas today because heck, why not? I would say if you like lentil soup, or if you haven't tried this kind of soup, you should definitely give this a shot because it could change your life. Or at least make sure that you see the outside of the Hagia Sophia. So without further ado, let's frickin' make some soup, man. I have 4 cups of vegetable broth here, and I'm going to heat them up enough that when I add it to the soup, it doesn't cool everything down too much. All right, let's talk quickly ingredients. So I have 1 cup of split peas. These are soaking. You don't technically need to soak split peas, but I do find it helps. I don't know, follow your heart. If you have lentils, definitely soak them for at least I would say half an hour for this. I have my olive oil, baking powder. A little bit of baking powder with your lentils or your split peas helps make them extra soft when you're cooking them. I have half of a red onion that I've chopped. I have 1 clove of garlic that I've minced. I actually used 3.5 small carrots. 1 large carrot would work. And 1 potato, peeled and cubed, and just waiting in cold water here. And then I have this spice blend that I've pre-prepared. And into that I put 1 teaspoon coriander, 1 teaspoon cumin, half a teaspoon of paprika, 1 to 2 bay leaves, up to a large bay leaf, a teaspoon of sumac, and a teaspoon of sea salt. Let's get cooking. All right, so I have my big boy pot on medium, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is ready to go. I'm gonna add my red onion and my carrots. I'm also adding my potatoes in there. Give that a quick stir. And we're just gonna let that cook for a few minutes. The next thing I have to do is add my garlic. And then that just cooks for another minute or 2 before I add in my lentils and baking powder. Usually I'm a garlic fiend, but for this, I do say 1 clove of garlic. Crazy? I know. This smells so good already. Split peas into the pot. So split peas are not the same thing as lentils, but they are in the legume family. Okay, teaspoon of baking powder in the pot, and we give that a stir. And now we add in our beautiful spice mix. I'm just gonna give those a minute to sort of intermingle and get to know each other, have a cocktail. And then I'm going to put my broth in, bring it up to a boil, take it down to a simmer, and wait until deliciousness happens. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is ready to go. So we've got our warm vegetable broth, and we're just going to take it and we're just going to pour it on in. And that's kind of that. We're on our way to delicious soup. All right, my soup is almost ready to go, so I have 2 more little things to do. And the first thing is that I have these beautiful Turkish pita breads, which I'm just going to warm in the oven while I get everything else ready to go. Into the oven. So the next thing I have to do is I have to make a dressing. We have a pan. We're gonna put it on super low. We're gonna put some olive oil in there. Now I have a clove of garlic, a half teaspoon of dried mint, and a half teaspoon of chili flakes. And I literally want to cook this for 1 minute. All right, and our last thing that goes in there is a half teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. You can also use white vinegar, or you can skip the vinegar entirely. whatever you want. And give it a stir. Smells good, looks good, tastes good. We're gonna turn it off. Take my lid off of this guy, and my soup is looking good. I checked it a minute ago. Everything's soft. So the next thing we have to do is immersion blend. All right, so a little trick to immersion blending is we're going to take a little bit of Smart Balance, but you could absolutely use butter instead. And we're gonna put it in before we blend it because that'll just help it get extra creamy. So that goes in. Now we blend. All right, I've got my bread nice and warm and out of the oven. It feels great. I have my soup blended and ready to go. I have my dressing all set. So it is time for me to plate this up. Let's do it. If you like a thinner soup, you can always add more liquid. If you like a thicker soup, you could always take the lid off and reduce it a little as you go if you want to. Oh yeah. And we're just gonna mix this dressing up again and pop it on here. And now we're going to garnish this with, I have some chopped herbs here, cilantro and fresh mint to go with that dried mint that's in there, and a squeeze of lemon. If you don't do the vinegar in the dressing, I would say definitely do the squeeze of lemon. And that's it, these look beautiful. Stir that up a little. Mighty fine. Mighty fine. It's got like a symphony of flavors, like ratatouille out here. It's, you know, the dressing really has like a nice tangy, bright contrast, and the fresh herbs and the lemon juice really give you that contrast from like the earthy, hearty, creamy, in effect, soup. It's delicious. It's a great meal, and I am very excited to eat it for dinner tonight. Everyone has their own lentil, split pea, legume soup journey. Wherever yours takes you, I'm sure it'll be delicious. I hope you include this as a stop on your tasty soup road. Thanks so much for being here, and until next Thursday, I'll see you later. I need a catchphrase. I need like a tagline. Does anyone have any ideas?
You stay classy.
I'll catch up with you later.